doing with Offset's family. It also looks like you took the time to drag single mothers to you wasn't raised by a dog. But some people are saying Cardi is back to her whole old ways. Y'all, this is actually really nonsensical, disturbing, none of our business. But since Cardi wanted to put us in the group chat, baby, we here and we have opinions, okay? Until we're taken out. If you guys don't know what's going on, right? Cardi posted something on, well, actually, she did a live where she said she was sending a warning shot to Offset's mama. And I said, what? So, I had to get in on that whole live. Cardi B warned Offset's mother and here's the thing, when I was like, oh my God, what did she do to culture? What's going on? Because she was like, my children, I'm going to protect them. I was like, what happened? She warned Offset's mother to stop posting her children after she reposted Cardi's video of culture. Now, if you guys don't know, Cardi posted culture and then her mom reposted it and said, way to go, culture. My baby reading so good. I don't play about my kids' education, honey. And that's what Cardi said. She don't play about her kids' education. So this is what the mom did. Now, clearly there's stuff going on in the background, but look at the way Cardi responded, because here's the thing. I get it. There might be stuff that we don't know about. The only reason we know about this is because Cardi opened her mouth and said something. And yes, we will have an opinion on things that are put out in the public sphere before anybody says anything. But honestly, there's probably stuff going on in the background we know nothing about. But just because you are upset, does that give you the right to put out dog whistles? Listen to this, y'all. She said it's bad, and get this, it's bad enough you don't hold your own accountable. Now, when she said that, this was all in a live. I said, are they talking about Offset and that girl that's supposed to be preggo by him that he paid pennies to a Bor, or is this about the other girl, Little Blue? All them 22-year-olds, all of them been chilling and getting money from Offset, right? Or Little Blue that showed a wire transfer, a Cash App or whatever payment that Offset sent her for $15K? Or is this about Kayla, the other little girl that's hanging around Offset 22 that Blue says, I know, Pre's the one that's supposed to be preggo. Blue is supposed to be Offset's friend, but he's sending his friend $15K at a time. And then Kayla is friends with Pre, who jumped on Little Blue because she said that she almost got Offset set her up to get jumped, saying that's what you and Cardi into. You think I'm stupid. This, that, and the third, because apparently Offset, according to Blue, was upset because he thinks that Blue told Cardi that Pre was carrying his child. I know, the young and the restless. Anyway, all that was going on, and Cardi was mysteriously quiet. And the thing about Cardi is, every time she swears she's in the right, typical righteous Libra, she be screaming from the rooftops, doing this, doing that, pulling receipts. She went on mute and didn't say anything. Then told everybody at the Impact Awards with Jason Lee, don't worry about what's going on between me. Told Ivana whatever, she needed to fix her life. Then told everybody, don't worry about my husband because I make more money than most of the dudes y'all sleeping with. And I said, okay, Cardi. Anyway, I always thought that Cardi was doing all of this to change the subject from Offset cheating. Allegedly. We don't know if Offset was cheating. I'm saying what Little Blue says. Go watch my video about that. You let me know if you think what she's saying is true. She said, it's bad enough you don't hold your own accountable. I thought that was a shot about, he humping everything that moves. Now here's where people saying Cardi did a dog whistle. I did not grow up like a dog. Weren't you stripping at 17? Now, if you have to strip, that's fine. And I'm not judging because everybody got choices they make in life. And sometimes life leaves you no choices. Do what you got to do to get ahead. Cardi is obviously a huge, a huge celebrity. So I guess it worked out for her. But are we going to act like if you stripping at 17 or however old she was, that you grew up with Claire and Bill Huxtable? Like, are you trying to act like your childhood was, and especially all the stuff she shared about her family, that your family and childhood wasn't dysfunctional? Because Denise Huxtable wasn't in the boom boom room, and neither was Vanessa, and neither was Rudy. Anyway, she said, Again, I did not grow up like a dog. I grew up with a very huge family. I will not accept nothing less for my kids. If you're not going to love my kids properly, don't effing speak on them. Don't post my effing kids with that fake ish. This is a warning. However, when I read that, I was like, but wait a second, this don't make any sense because I was on that live and um they bought something up into play. Cardi B said, and I quote, I didn't grow up like a dog. Then I believe she said on her live, I was raised by two parents, mother and father. And I said, that's the thing about letting people talk because they always give you a little glimpse into their mindset. Cardi ain't never leaving Offset because here's the thing. You wasn't raised like a dog. So first of all, let's talk about the obvious. Who is it? Who's this on Twitter? La Cienega Boulevards on Twitter said, I didn't grow up like she was quoting Cardi, saying Cardi said, I didn't grow up like a dog. I was raised by two parents, mother and father. She said, a Black woman could never get away with all them dog whistles. She might as well call Offset a crack baby, right? Illy Lily said, I didn't even catch this overt dog whistle the first time I heard Cardi's live. But yeah, it seems like it's very Dominican coded. Like, imagine thinking she comes from a better crop than Offset's family. Cardi must have forgot all the stuff she told us about how dysfunctional her family was and why she was even at the club working at 17 or 18 years old. Okay. Again, whether or not she said a huge family or a mother and a father, that's when it
How can a microblader make more than a doctor and only work part-time hours? Think about this for a
hit me, right? One, it's crazy that Offset would even let Cardi talk to his mom like that. But then again, I don't know what his relationship is like with his mom. It's crazy he lets her talk, but then I thought about it and I was like, Offset just got exposed for something. And he's all over Atlanta and he embarrassed Cardi again, except for Cardi gonna be like, we wasn't really together, so he couldn't embarrass me. So I said, okay, then why are you telling all of us to mind our business if he can't embarrass you? This has nothing to do with him. We are talking about what Offset does in the streets. But also, all jokes aside, it's crazy he would let her talk to the mom like that. But again, maybe there's some background stuff that we don't know in the background that's going on that Offset is co-signing on this. Or it could be Offset is letting Cardi take her anger out. Because every time Offset embarrasses Cardi, Cardi be fighting, she be doing this shit every single time. So maybe now Offset is letting like them take Cardi's anger and he's trying to like get Cardi's forgiveness and get her to calm down off of the backs of his mom and family, right? Now, Sneaker Suge Knight said that girl isn't Black. I'm not getting into that. I'm just reading his comment. That girl isn't Black, never was. The day that bubble bursts, I'll be the first one to annoy everybody. Cause yeah, she edges the line often, especially when talking to Black women. The passes are given too freely. Now, I will say this, right? Cardi says she's Black. I'm not questioning her Blackness, okay? I will say this. I do believe sometimes the things she says is coded in Afro-Latina racism. That's the thing. People think like, oh, it's Black and Latin. Talk to a lot of Afro-Latinos. I'm not talking about Afro-Latinos that look like Cardi. I'm talking about Afro-Latinos that actually look like they are Afro-Latina. And they will tell you, you don't have to talk to them. Go to TikTok and they will tell you the racism they experience in the Latin neighborhood. Am I saying all Latins are racist? Absolutely not. Don't come to me with that BS. Am I saying that there is a particular brand calling people roaches, calling people pests, calling people? Remember, she just settled with that security guard, I believe, that sued her because Cardi tried to jump on her and was calling her racial slurs as she was fighting her. Okay. La Cienega Boulevard goes on to say, laughing my blank off. All I'm going to say is a Black man would never let a Black woman talk to or about his mother like that on the internet. I don't know about that because I don't know about that. I think Offset is hiding behind I think Offset, it's he's hiding behind Cardi, so she takes her anger out on the mom. And this is a diversion. Okay. It's crazy to do that on the back of your family and mom. And I think it's crazy that what started this was the grandmother daring to repost her grandchild. Because at the end of the day, yeah, Cardi, that's your daughter, but that's her granddaughter. That's her son's daughter. So who are you to tell somebody on the other side of the family? Again, I don't know what's going on. This from the outside looking in, but it's saying also to the fact of like, you don't want her around Offset's family. I don't know. Maybe Offset is dysfunctional. Look at the mess he be doing to you, but you seem fine with it. And you're putting in him as a father, but it ain't none of my business. I will say this, right? What y'all think about this? This lets me know into Cardi's psyche. Everybody praying that Cardi will. Cardi is Dominican Catholic from the Bronx. Somebody tweeted on Twitter, she ain't never letting that go. Because at the end of the day, this lets you know in her psyche, no matter how bad things are at home, no matter what dysfunction, I think maybe when she was growing up, she made herself feel like, well, no matter what's going on, at least I got both parents in the house. And she somehow looks at being a single mom, or not even that, not having two parents in the house as a fate worse than anything. So no matter what you have to endure, no matter what you have to swallow, no matter what you have to slide, you better do everything you can to make sure that there's a man in the house or both parents in the house. To which I say, I don't know. I was raised to believe that you need two healthy, emotionally successful parents in the house. They don't gotta be rich. They don't gotta be famous. They need to be emotionally stable and a very loving environment. And maybe that's what Cardi and Offset has. Again, I don't know what goes on with the kids behind closed doors. She says that he is a great father. But I do know that people that think that if you are a single parent or there's just one person in the house, you're automatically going to be like stripping to the club. I mean, that's what happened with two families, so whatever. But again, it lets me know that mindset. No matter what was going on in your house, you always felt better than everybody else because you had two parents. You didn't realize that if you had gotten off your high horse and walked into your friends or whoever houses that only had one parent, you actually might have found a lot of love, a lot of mental stability, a lot of acceptance, and maybe it would have kept you off the pole. I'm just